Okay. File. Project templates. RB3 plus guitar, or whatever you named your template. Right? So, once you go there, you have your MIDI file for the song. Drag and drop it in the leftmost, so you know, right on one, like right here, at the below the real bass 22 track, right? Leave these options on, click OK. Now, in the tracks that have come in, you can delete drums, you can delete vocals, and if you're smart, you can do hold control, and then select these at the same time, and then hit delete. And then you're good. Now, the reason why I sent you all those text files is for this reason. You want to double click this part guitar, file, and where it says note names, load note name CC names from file, and click on guitar. And then the same thing for the bass track. Do the exact same thing, except on that one, you want to set it to bass. There you go. Now, on these tracks, if you want to, you can delete everything below expert because it 100% does not matter. None of this stuff matters. Right? None of that stuff below this matters. So you should just have expert and above. You don't even need these right here, these little weird 106, 105 notes. Because that's just whatever. Those are for like Rock Band 2, and who cares about that game? Right? Do the exact same thing on bass, and how you can switch tracks is this little arrow down here, little like green arrow here, click on that, and do the same thing for the guitar track. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to be referencing the guitar tracks when working on Pro. Right? So just make sure you clean them up, and then you're good. Now, this track, I'm pretty sure won't use above the 22nd fret. I'm guessing here. So switch to the real guitar track up here. Again, part real guitar. The way Rock Band works is that this is for 17 fret guitars, and this is for 22 fret guitars. If you are above 22 frets, God have mercy on your soul, because you're going to have to transpose down. But we haven't gotten there yet. It's all good. So we're going to start with bass, because bass is 100% the easiest, right? In preparation for this, you're going to want to do the same thing that you did for the guitar track. So just delete hard, medium, easy for now, right? We're just doing this to keep it neat and tidy. And go to File, Note Names, Load Note Names, and then set it to Pro Guitar Bass Expert, right? And then right click again over here, View, go to Show Unused and Unnamed Note Rows, if I recall correctly. Right? Right? Am I right here, or am I wrong? Okay, hold on one second, because I think I did it wrong. So expert, and then it should be unnamed. Oh, it's because I didn't delete these. I am dumb. Don't worry about that. Ignore that. Hello, are you going to do what I want you to do? I think Reaper is having a problem right now. File. Okay, it does not want to hide this. Everything has gone wrong. Why is it not hiding files that it should be? Because there's nothing there. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, we're fine. Okay, I guess we'll have to live with that for today. But it's fine. I guess Reaper might have this function broken at the moment. Happens. Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure that function is broken at the moment, but it's fine. Leave it alone for now. It's all good. So, here are your notes. They're very weird because they look like this. They're all 100. So, the way that Rock Band stuff works is that everything starts at 100, and this would be open notes. So, just remove the first one from the number, and you have your fret number. And that's your song right there. Now, for this, to keep it easy, I'm going to be referencing YouTube videos. Normally, I would go in by ear, but just to make this move faster, I want to do... Actually, let's do it by ear first. I'm going to do the pro chart by ear. For bass, number one rule is don't use anything past G string. So B and E, don't use those. High E, rather. It's you can tell it's high E because it's the little tiny one. So once you have your stems ready to go, you want to drag and drop in bass and guitar stems the same way you drag and drop the MIDI files in. And you will get this option, leave it as is. There you go. So since we're starting with bass, solo bass, and solo the bass audio here, and then here you go. Right? But here's the best part about doing this for Rock Band. We have a 5-lane track. You want to click the little eyeball where it says part bass down here, and you actually can get like values that harmonics themselves already put in. So you might see, I'm not sure how visible it is over there, but on stream, here, there's grid lines. And these are just like the little divisions in the piano roll. If you want to make these tighter or make these bigger, down here it says grid, and you can change it here. Normally, most of the time you want to leave it at 16, it's fine. So I'm going to get my bass guitar here. You don't need to do this, but you can. Normally I reference everything with like my actual bass guitar here. So it's actually open, right? So the way that moving notes up and down is you hold down Alt over the note and then just do. Since it's open, it would be 100. Open E. And since it's the same note over and over again, right? You can hold Control down, click on the note, drag it, and then this note, that's just 3. That's 3 on E. So click on the little square here, drag up, and there you go. Now, if you want to be smart about this, you can copy and paste. But there is an extra like open note here. So what I would do is just copy this here, and then you can actually just copy and paste for most of the time. So again, I'm holding Control down on the notes, and that's how that works. And let's play it. Because that's going to be most of the song. But you might be thinking I'm forgetting something, because I currently am. The way that Rock Band works as well is that you need something called the fret hand position. And so the way that this works, as written out in Ruggies Pro Guitar Bible, right, is that the fret hand works like this. It tells you where your index finger should be while playing. So for this song, Police Truck, I have my fingers right now from what I'm playing, because I'm also playing it on my own, like I'm on one of my basses. I have my index finger on 1. You can play it different ways, but I have it on 1 because I think it's just one of the more comfortable ways to do it. Or you can do it middle finger, doesn't matter. Do it whichever way you think feels the easiest. Or you can let someone else worry about this, but ideally you will learn to do it yourself. You can put this on 3 or whatever, but the main rule about this is that this can only go up 5 from here. This should only go up 5. So if you have it set to, it should only go up 4. If you have this set to like 4 or 5, it's fine. Let's say it's on 12, right? Your hand's on 12. So then if you put it on 12, which would be up here, your index finger would be on the 12th fret, and then the following fingers will be 13, 14, right? 15. And that's just the way that works. It's so that your it knows where your finger should be placed at any given time. But for this song, again, we're moving it all the way down. We're going to put it on 2. Because why not? You could put it on 3 too, but you want to have this number be the lowest of that phrase. So for this one, it is just this. And you only need to put it once per swap. So right here, we can just leave it like this. And again, this song is very simple. Most songs will not be like this. This song, you can just copy and paste most of it, and there will not be an issue with this. The tempo map for this song is done. Don't gotta worry about any of that stuff. So again, there you go. There's a change here. So to me, it sounds like they're jumping up the A string. So we'll copy this. The little one here too. I forgot about this one. So it'll say right here, like the second one. So it's 2 open A's and then 1 on A twice. So my estimates were wrong, and this would require your hand to be on 1 as it was originally. That way you can swap to this easily. So yeah, I just moved the fret hand position to 1 so that you don't have to move your hand too much when you're playing this. And then the rest of this just loops. The song is very loop heavy. It is the same song. Like, it's the same phrase over and over again. So I get lucky enough and I can just copy and paste this. But I picked an easy song so that's easy to understand how to do this. So again here, he moves up to open A and then goes to 1 on A. And you can also select multiples. If you hold down right click like this, it'll select multiple ones. So for this instance, these two right here, because they're wrong, I selected these both with right click and then hold Alt, and now both go up a fret. So now this part. So he goes up to 2. And now, the reason why these little things are nice to have at the top is because you don't have to worry about, like, oh, what's he playing? Or when does he play it? It doesn't matter because harmonics already did that for you. And most of the time it's pretty accurate, so you just have to worry about putting the matching notes below it, the little ghost notes. And you can tell also when, like, it will switch pitches because usually it'll go down. So for this, for example, this would be a 1. And then these last two would be zeros, opens. And this would be a 3, but on E. And then back to open. Like that. And then we're back to this little loop here. And here's another good part about Reaper, in case you're not sure about like the way a song is played and you want to slow it down. Up here it says rate. Right click this, preserve pitch and audio items when changing master play rate. Tick that on. And what you can do here is just drag and drop it down and then so now I know for a fact it's just 2. And you can just double click it, set it back to 1, and it's fine. Like that. And then we're back to this again. And I already have it in my clipboard, so I can just copy and paste it like this. So this is... To me, it sounds like he's still on E string for this. Right? You can even hear him sliding. So for this, he's playing, I think for me, 2/7, and then 2 6s here. And he does that twice. But now here's the interesting bit. Obviously, you can't stretch your hand all the way up from 1 up to 7 and 6 without a jump. So this is when you need to put a little marker here. The good thing is these are all open notes. Don't worry about these. Open notes don't care about the fret hand position. So here, it stays here, right? Because it's only on 3. So your hand position is still on 1 because from 1 you can still reach 3. But here is where I would do this. Here on this little part here, when you're about to jump up to the 6 here on this little 1 or little 0, sorry, I will put a jump up to 6 here. And then here on this open one, because we're back to open here, right? On these little notes here, place the marker down and then put it back to 1. And because this loops, I can just do this. Hold on. I can just do this right here. We're not going to select this because we already have this. And then there we go. And now we're back to this. And again, we can copy paste because I picked a song knowing it was going to be easy for bass because it's easy to tell what's going on here. So here I'm going to go back to 0. Here, to me, it sounds like 3. Okay, hold on. Because I think this would just be better open. It's just multiple twos here. And this is just once. And the good thing about Reaper is that like once you have it set down to one note, so like this note is already set to 101, every other subsequent note will automatically be on that thing. And here the pitch changed, and you can tell because the note up here changed. And it's just going to be 3. And then back to 0. So you know what time it is again. You can just copy and paste once again over here. Right. Yo, what up, beauty banger? Welcome on in. Yeah, it's all good. I was doing it for a dude named MatthNerd that came in here, but he kind of his internet went out, so I have to start it again. Like I'm just recording a video for him at this point, but it's all good. If anyone else is watching, also they can hop along for the ride. Appreciate it, man. Oh, oops. My mistake there. So it should be here. Back to copy paste. Make sure this pitch is right. I don't think it is, because it's... And here it's open. Back to 1. Make sure it's a... what is that? Let me see. My headphones are kind of low right now. Oh yeah, Reaper looping. So if you want to loop a part that you're not 100% sure on, drag and drop up from here like this. You should see the little icon turn into like this little text input thing. You want to give it some space usually, and there's a little button down here. Click on that. To me, it sounds like a 3 on E. So just right. There we go. So this phrase again, it's just repeating. So I'm just repeating everything. Now this would be played. The easiest way to do it would be on G string, not on G string, G string, on D string. So I think we can just safely copy and paste it like this. Oh, hold on. Forgot that this goes back up. Like this. Okay, so here is your first slide note. Normal, all these so far you have been able to do however, like just like a regular note. But here's a slide note. Right? This would be a slide note in my opinion. So what I would do on this one the way slide notes work, again, as judging by our good Ruggy friend's his little Bible here of how to do pro guitar stuff, everything is on this little thing right here called slide note. Slide marker up here. You want to connect it to the next one. At least that's how I know. That's how I know how to do it, at least. That's how I learned, at least. You connect it like this. And because, in my opinion, this is a bit of a... It's not a hard jump at all. It's not too bad. I would mute this down here. So, again, looking at the Bible of pro guitar stuff. MIDI channel 4 is muted notes. So, to do that, you want to click on the note, right? And then click on the note once, Control F2, and change this channel to 4, and this would make it a muted note. So. And then we're back to repeating this little fun part right here. But now here's the fun part. I made a mistake, and it's good that I made a mistake so I can actually catch it live, right? We're back down to 1 here, and I forgot the marker, so we can place it back over here. And while we're here, I'm going to copy and paste this phrase because we already have that here. And this is, I think, for most of the solo, it will just be this. And again, you can tell pitches usually because harmonics had really good charters at this point in time. And they got pitches really, really right most of the time. I think for this chart, it's basically flawless, the 5-lane chart, so you don't have to worry about pitches. You can usually tell like when there will be a pitch shift by looking at the 5-lane chart below. To me, this sounds muted. So I'm going to change this channel specifically to 4. Go back to normal speed and listen to it for a bit, see what we have so far. we're good so far. So I think it's a good spot to save it, just in case. So I save my stuff normally like this. Create subdirectory for project, move all media into project, and then I name my stuff RB3 plus Dead Kennedys. Police truck. Save. And there we go. Everything's good now. I think we're fine at this point. We haven't gotten to the real fun bit, which will be the guitar tracks. I think for this part alone, I can just already go ahead and put my bass up, because I don't think I need it anymore. I think it's the same phrase as this again. Okay, and then... Again, wrong notes on these, but it's fine, because all I'm going to do is just do this. This is like a 3 again. I think there's a way to change the velocity too with number pad or with a key. I just forget what it is at the moment. And again, this is a muted note, so... And now here's the problem. As you can see here, the track ends here, but it's fine, don't worry. When the cursor turns like this, just drag it. There you go. And you're good. Right? We're almost done with this, the bass track. But again, I started with bass though, because bass is the easiest. You don't have to worry too much about bass. Muting this again. I might mute it on the other ones just to keep it consistency. There we go. I think this is on back to 3, right? Yeah, it's on 3. And again, if you haven't noticed, like I said earlier, the last note you click will be the note that Reaper will set your velocity to. So if I click on this 2 right here, the next note I lay down will be a 2, like that. Makes it a bit easier to like do repeat parts. Whatever, you know, gets the job working faster, done faster. Now, we can go up like this, but in my opinion, you can kind of hear that there is like a bit of a... that there's clashing from between the strings. Again, this is more of an ear thing at this point, at least from what I can hear. It sounds like he went off from 2 on A up to open D. We're almost done. We're at the home stretch. Almost done. We're almost to the big rock ending here. By the way, I'm not sure if you noticed, or if you've been told this, but it's true. You need to chart big rock endings accurately, which can sometimes be a pain, but I think for this one it'll just be pretty easy. I mean, Harmonix charted them, right? Most of the time we're going to be covered up, but there is a way in Deluxe to remove the big rock ending things, so you can actually play what's at the end. Don't know if it's still in the game, but it should be. While I'm here, let me quickly search up how to see what the shortcut key is. Apparently, there is the Alt one, although I do think there's probably an easier way to do this. It's whatever. I'll leave it like this for now. So. I'm gonna leave this alone right now. So I just need to work on this now, the little in-betweens. And then we're good. Nothing too crazy. And here's the big rock ending, which is fun. You can kind of see if you zoom in, there's like a little bit of splits there. So. There are some markers you're going to need to copy, which will be up here. These right here. You only need to copy 4 for bass, specifically. Although it does say use all 6. I think you can just use 4. I haven't done BREs in a while, but I think that's how you do it. And there's the final note right there. So, this is pro bass. Delete these little beginning notes here. Let's do trainers really quickly. So for this, I'm going to drag and drop the rest of the audio files. Although, you know, you don't have to, but I'm going to do it just because it's nice to have all the music in. And let's turn everything down. Hopefully YouTube doesn't kill this song. Right. I'm gonna probably skip it up here where the solo is. Normally, you want to keep your markers pretty short for your trainers, because again, that's the way the game trainers work. But I think for this one, just to make it not as jarring, I'm gonna extend it here. So you can kind of preview how this works, right? Obviously, begin is where the song starts looping for the trainer, and then norm is what tells it, hey, this is a looping point. And end, obviously, is what ends. So we can preview what it's going to sound like if we do this and turn loop on, which is already on from earlier. This sounds fine to me. Let's put the little choruses in there. And also these parts, but let's prioritize choruses. let's see how it's gonna sound like. Preview it. Let's see. Right from here. Now here's an important part. So if you notice at the end, they all have numbers, and this dictates what number it is. So on here, you want to go to load, and remember that text strings folder I told you about, right? Load up bass trainers, and then you will be able to change your trainers from here. If you're using a template, you just have to scroll down here, and it switches to 2, like it should. Again, scrolling down, and there you go. So this will be our first marker here, these little markers here, right? So it'll be, this is the main riff. Open in 3, and then this is like the chorus one. And there's the third one I want to add in, which is when this part happens. And that should be fine. We should just have 3 trainers on this song. So again, changing this number to 3. And I think that is our bass track right there. We don't really need to do anything here, like grammatically, because this is a pretty easy song on bass. Not very complicated. And I think we're good. Let me just do a quality check on it. Now for this, usually I'm gonna turn my preview bass to left and turn the actual like bass to the right side. A bit easier to tell like any mistakes that way. Sounds fine to me so far. Sounds fine to me, but there's a couple of mistakes I've noticed. Pitch-wise, it's good. There's an extra trainer I'm missing, right? So I'm changing this to number... I'm going to copy this for now. gonna remove the norm marker from this one, and this will be 3. This should be 4. There we go. I'm going back and checking a few of those muted notes and see if there's any notes that are missing from muting. Sounds like a mute to me. Clear. Mute. Especially because it's like an open note going back. No mute there. Those are mutes, you can hear the little This is clear. It's open. It's actually like a note. Open. Bass is done. Pretty sure. At least expert is done. Songs obviously will have to have more than just expert. Songs will have medium, hard, easy, you know, like every other instrument in this game. That little noise you heard was this little note stuff here, note spam. For this, although I could probably figure it out on my own with guitar, I'm going to look up a guitar lesson on this song. And we should be pretty okay with that. I'm going to load up a guitar rig as well so I can plug in my own guitar. That last part is optional to do this. I'm doing this because I want to have proof of this being accurate, right? So 1 second, I'm going to switch my audio setup a tiny bit. Loop. So it's a loop back. Okay. All right, so this song starts 3, probably other way around, right? So we're going by this this specific tutorial here, right? So welcome to Chords. So we're going to click on this one, we switch to the guitar track, and then we're going to click the little eyeball here. And here's an interesting case, because normally this doesn't happen, but it did in this case. Harmonix charted the delay. And that's pretty stupid because that's not how you would play it. You just have a delay pedal. This will require you figuring it out yourself as to what the course of action would be. You can ask Q, you can ask others in chat or in the group, but I'm going to chart it like you would normally play this. So judging by this, right? You can see this. It should start to look familiar over time. Hey, what's up, Jared? Welcome on in, dude. It's actually not that different from tablature, and this is the reason why I am very happy I decided to do chords on this, because you're used to writing stuff on in tablature format, so not very different from this. If you like zoom it out and squint your eyes, it is the exact same thing, right? The exact same thing, right? And again, if you really want to copy it the way Harmonix said it, you would copy it and place it on all of these, but it's not accurate. That's not how you would play it. And then, okay, 0. There is an open note there, so don't let that ring out. And then let's go ahead and extend that. And then up here. It's surprisingly okay. It's pretty self-explanatory, honestly. I thought it would be awful. It's very much close to charting normal things. And I mean, the good thing is, since we're using... Yeah, use velocity to enter frets. And then we have a plugin that converts it, which is this thing. And this handles tuning as well. Velocity handles the frets, though. And the reason why is because, like, you still have to worry about hard, easy, expert, etc. And those go where they should go, which is below expert. It's not that bad. I thought it was, but it's not. And you can set a shortcut to, you know, velocity up and down. There's also templates for everything. Is that actually what it is? I don't know if that's accurate. Hold on. No, it's like, it's right. Hold on. It's just, I hear like another note above that. But I'm pretty sure I'm tripping. Why do I hear like a ding? I hear like a 12th up there, but I'm not 100% sure. It sounds like a 12th, like a... Like... It could just be the amp breakup, though. I'm pretty sure it's what it is. Whenever it comes to this, because sometimes you really don't know, right? You're not 100% sure. You can look up live performances, just to be 100% sure, and see what's up. Ideally, you will look up a high-quality enough copy of it. And sometimes there's no... But on this one, there's obviously no footage of the guitar. Now does this one have it, so very nice. He's playing at 12. He's absolutely playing at 12. But they're opening the pit. Yeah, he's up on... Yeah, it's 12. 12, 12. Yeah, I don't know why this guy says it's 7-5. It's not. And I think the funny part is about this guy charting it like that in the tab, is that you go from 7-5 to 10-9-8, like 10-9-8-7, and it's just like, no, you could just do it easier. You could just do 12. What's this note right here? It's like there's a muted note that Harmonix threw in there for some godforsaken reason. What did they mean by this? I'm just gonna do it the safe way and just do it like this. Sure. It seems weird. I don't think that's how it would be. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's just 10. Don't overcomplicate it. And while we're at it, because we're already done with bass, we can just go ahead and mute those and turn those down to what they were, because they are really loud and getting in the way of me hearing that guitar track. I kind of want to hold on, so nice. Feels like it's like sliding from D. Pretty sure, at least. So again, the fun times you get to do slide markers. And these will be muted because there's no discernible pitch. It is just a dive bomb. Well, not really a dive bomb. This is just like scraping the string. Now, before we move forward, we have chords here, obviously. And if you know chord theory and like music theory, you're in for a good time because this will not be as hard to figure out. But just for the sake of being a completionist, in that RB3 Plus thing that we have pinned, at the very, very bottom of it, there is a link to a website that will figure out chords as best as it can to what you're playing. So for this instance, right, what you want to do is 3. This would be 2 open, which I don't think this is even right, but you know what? It's not right because I actually jumped a string. Nice. I was wondering I wasn't playing sound because it should have been playing sound the whole time. This would be an E minor 7. So at the very, very bottom, because Reaper is having a fit right now and angry with me, I don't think I can hide notes that are not used, which is very weird. Normally I can, but today it seems that Reaper does not like me. But it's fine. Thankfully, Rock Band is pretty smart. You don't need to type in sevenths and all this other stuff. If you feed it like a chord here, like a chord symbol, so for this one it would be an E minor 7th, from what I'm guessing so far. I need to look at the rest of the chords. Put a marker down right there, right? And the game will subsequently hit every single chord after this as an E minor, and it'll sort of figure out like, oh, you're pressing these frets, so okay. You're trying to press this chord. And then you go down, so you're just removing the 7th. You don't need to do anything. It'll just automatically go down. So this is E minor 7th, E minor 6th, and then the very last one, because you're doing a 1, would be an E minor with a flat 6. So you don't need to do anything. The game will automatically figure it out for you. And again, this is just an E major, or like an E minor, but like if you want to figure it out, again, you would just copy the chords into here, but it would be entirely up to you how you want to handle this. Again, if you know the chords already, you're fine. You don't need to do much. See, like, I don't think this is right. Because I'm over here. There we go. Because I'm typing into the 1. So yeah, it's just a super souped up power chord. And for this little part here, this little fun bit, let me make sure it's as optimized as it can be, so it's easy to play. Might be able to put this on the frets above. Try it. Does that make sense? No. Oh yeah, it works. Just wanted to make sure that sometimes you look at numbers and you're not really sure how comfortable it is. It's pretty good. It's fine. And again, the main thing, it's a bit of a theoretical thing, but you want to keep note of what's called you want to use economy of motion for guitar, which what that means is that you don't want to move your fingers too much. Again, in the original, this one? Makes sense, actually. No, yeah, it does make sense that it would be open. Because then you start dive bombing. I just wanted to keep it consistent, but it makes sense. I'd be okay with it being open. Because the way I move the frets down here. Either way would work. But it could be open too. But it makes sense, honestly, to make them open. You just don't have to worry about like muting these little bozos here. So, right, like yeah, it's like a lot, there's effects on it, and then there's there's effects on it, which makes it a bit hard. That's also an old ass song, so it's a punk song as well, which means that the fidelity isn't really the best to tell like little things like that. I know it's some songs that are like kind of clear, like usually whenever something's super distorted you can tell, or when something's clear and you can tell, but this is like, it's overdriven and distorted, but not too much that you can hear like all the string nuances like you normally could. It's like it's a driven amp, but it's not driven enough that lets you tell. But yeah, let's let it do its little thing here. This would be, you could mark this technically as a B sus, but I think for this, that's kind of dumb. We're gonna have to figure out how the game reads it, but I think this should be marked as another power chord. And this should be a D. It's punk music. So it's fine. Like, it's not... And again, another little E. And again, before we move in further, let's go ahead and figure out the fret hand position. So for this one, I think because of the way this works, you're moving one down. Let's start it on 2. Or you could just leave it on 1 even, because it's going to be moving down to 1 regardless. But personally, I think it should be on 2. Then lower it here. And back up to 1. And you can put this on 12, because 12 will be the lowest note on these phrases. And move it down. And just like in the bass track, guess what we're playing? The exact same thing. So we can just copy and paste it from there. And put the fret hand position on 1 if we're going to be doing the exact same thing, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Let's... There's a slide there. I guess I'm being punk enough because I don't have this thing tuned. That E is so badly out of tune. This would be a muted note because we're going to slide all the way the fuck up. Put a little marker here. To me, it sounds like it's on D. We could even do it on E to do it. Let's go do it on high E because you don't have to move as much. So because there's a move there, again, fret hand position has to move as well. And from what I'm playing here, I am barring on 5, so yeah, fret hand position on 5. We're not barring, but I'm anchoring on 5. That's how it's on bass, but let's see. I'll just duplicate it as bass does it. It's fine. Now on bass, we can mute easy, like we can mute way easier on bass, at least for this song. On this one, because distortion and whatnot, I am taking the decision to put it on E instead of open A. Let's see how this guy does it on this side. Oh, he also does 5/6 on high E. He goes up to 7 though on E. Which, I mean, it's not, the note isn't wrong, it's just figuring out like what would be the most optimal way to play it. If that makes sense. And I mean, jumping from 6 up to 7 would not be that hard, to be fair. And the good thing is that you can do this. Like a slide too. This to me sounds like a slide. Mute it, and then slide it. Not hopo it, slide it. Let's keep an eye on those fret hand position markers. Put one here. This would be on 5. And back to 3 on this one. be right back. XD, very nice. To not make this look awkward, I'm gonna extend these two. Well, look at him, 1-bit reacting. Thing should be here. What's the 1-bit thing doing? I'm using Chatterino, so I don't actually see any of the effects. I just see this. By the way, you saw that She's Not There was PR'd in. It's now officially in Deluxe. Song is catchy. Then we can just copy and paste this part over here. Where's it at? Put this on 6 for now. And back down to 1. Three here. Now this sounds like where does it end at? Hold on. Where does this little part end at? God, I need to fucking sit correctly for a second. So on D, on 7, and now here's the fun bit. You don't need to chart the little hopo bits because there is actually a bend symbol for this. Bend notes would be 3. There is 0 distinction in the game for bending. I don't know why Harmonix put it in, but there is like a proper way to do bends, which is 3, channel 3. There's something wrong. It sounds like it's like a fret off. It's gonna look a bit weird though, because there is like just a really, really strange it's a really strange way of like how it differs, because yeah, there's a bend there, and on 5 fret you would chart it as, you know, a little break there and a little hopo to signify that it's like a slide or whatever, or a bend. But no, you don't do that on Pro Guitar. You just chart it as a bend. I'm gonna put it here to 7. Now back here, we're back to 3, so put that sucker on 3. And then we're back to copy pasting. And again, we can copy paste this over here. But okay, I copy and pasted this little bit over here, but I forgot to copy and paste this up at the top, which is also important because, of course, you don't want to forget to copy and paste fret hands and then have errors when Magma runs through all this. There's a slide here. Slides down to 0. There's a missing note there. And that's just all on E. All of it's on E. It's on. That would be on A. So, just. So for hand position would be on 5 here, because the fingers would be going from I'm gonna do this the smart way. We're on 5, right? Right, I think, pretty sure. What do you mean by hated charted solos? Oh no! I hated charting She's Not There because there was zero anything to go on. That's why it sucked. Charting guitar solos that have like that are upgrades are fine because I mean it's already there. All the notes are there. You just have to be like, oh hey, that's this fret, that's this string. Okay, welcome to your first solo. There's a solo marker up here, and you have to extend the note out like this. And you want to match it up with, again, this one over here. This is the 5-lane track. Again, part guitar is 5-lane. So On this one, I just can eyeball it here and be like, oh, that's 100% the solo marker. And then there it is. So now this song, this will show up as a solo section for Pro Guitar. As to why Harmonix didn't just make it so it uses the marker for the standard guitar part, I don't know, but you do have to mark it down here in the solo marker. Unlike me, I put it in 114 because I'm a doofus. Now, I want to be 100% sure this is on E string. Oh, they're old. Yep. That's on E. That is 100% on E. I think it's just 10, like. Put a slide marker there. Sounds like a slide. I think it's all on E, right? It's all on E. Again, because we have slides on guitar, same way that we have bends, you can just do one note here. It's going up on YouTube, by the way. It was meant to be a lesson for a MatthNerd, but his internet crapped out. So I had to improvise it and just be like, okay, it's going to be a YouTube video. it's a 12. It's a 12 on low E. Oh, my bad. It should be a 4. My bad. I don't know what I was thinking. Slide marker. And then put fret hand position back on 3. And we're back over here on this part. So yeah, over here. I'm pretty sure. Let me check my phone. Right. Here. Okay, so wrong copy paste. Well, no. We're nearly done. All I can say is I'm happy we picked an easy song for this tutorial. Great. pattern switch? Thought it did. Sounds like a 6 to me. Sounds like they actually shifted a string. I know it's like we played this part before on these strings, but honestly, it sounds like they jumped up like one string, and you can tell when they switch strings. Like, that's when they switched over to low E, and this is like on A. To my ears, at least. So this might actually be wrong. But that's impossible because you're gonna run into this, so leave it alone, Lamau. Although it might be right, but we might have to switch over, so. So all these 98s just need to get moved down a string. It might just be a punch-in though. Like, that's the thing. To my ears, it sounds like they're on a different string on this, but it genuinely might just be that they have swapped the things. Okay. This is an open, so you can do the little part up here. Pretty sure. Well, that copied weird. Sounds like there's a harmonic in there. Oh, it's that. I'm dumb. Put it back over 5 here, just revising. This might be an arpeggio. It really depends on this case, because I am not 100% sure. I think it would look nice as an arpeggio. I think, at least, it would look nice as one. D on 9. This would be a B, I think. So for arpeggios, I'm going to do it as an arpeggio just to show off what it looks like whenever you're doing an arpeggio. So, as written in the guide, the Bible, how arpeggio markers work is that you need a ghost note at the very beginning to make it look like this, to have the little shape. So the way that works is that, so the very beginning note is an 8, but you're going to have to press a 9. So the way that works is that, again, in channel encodings, your ghost notes will be channel 2. So then this 9 here, which is not actually played, channel 2. And then you put arpeggio marker here until you let go. There's a slide out of here. And again, this is a B. So just put a B marker there. And then this would be on 8. back to 5. So we copy big boy chord here, right? This big boy chord is again an E, so we put the marker down here for the E at the very bottom. Now, this note is kind of off, so hold shift down and you can ignore the grid. Holding shift down while dragging will let you ignore the grid so you can match the notes here. And that's the very ending note there. I would say to... No, you're fine actually. You could put the loose strumming marker here just in case. But that's more of like a just in case thing. Let's go a bit wilder with the strumming. And again, just like before with the bass, you gotta do your BRE. I'm gonna go ahead and put BRE on these top notes too, just in case. And that's... Expert is done at this point. Yeah, Expert is 100% done at this point. It sounds like it, actually. I think the beginning chord doesn't have one, but there is one in there. At least on this one. Here it is. It's because this one doesn't have one. Now we get to listen to the 8-bit version of the song. Make sure this has a chord. It should, because I'm pretty sure there's no chords up until that point. Yep. There's a mistake there. Let me double check that, because there seems like to be a little mistake there. I want to make sure it's 100% correct. I think that's one more little check. Just solo guitar and solo real guitar. Looks like there's something wrong in that part. Hold on. That's a mistake. Okay, now I think we're fine. Almost missed that one. I think that's it then. Right. So that is an expert only chart. Now let's do our trainers. And then guitar should be good. For reductions, I'll pick up reductions at some other point, but that's it for this one. At least like the little points we have here. The markers for the trainers, and then yeah. This is pretty long. copy too much. Too many markers. Okay, we have 8 markers thus far. I think that's okay. It's quite a bit, actually. But I think it's okay given how fast the song is, just to make sure that, you know, people can actually learn how to play that, given how fast it is. Okay, and then here's the final bit. Copying Overdrive. So yeah, Overdrive needs to be copied just as well, because of course it does. So I copied it again. I just select right click on this and it'll select everything, Control C, switch over to this, and then it should be synchronized. Same thing for bass, just copy and then select it here. Make sure you focus only on bass so you don't get mixed up with the overdrive markers, and there they are. I'm gonna just take these 2 out. I don't know if I'm not 100% sure if you need them. I haven't done a BRE chart in a while. So yeah, that'll be it for today. We have an expert only chart, but you're not done yet. You still want to chart your other difficulties, and this is when you would start going here and switching over from this one to this one. Again, right click here, File, Note, and RB Pro Guitar Bass. And we'll get into reductions later, but yeah, here we nearly are. We are nearly there. Like, was there a chord there? Yeah. But okay, that's it. And this is what it looks like in the end. Again, this one was a mix of Jared came in here and helped us with a few things. We had a video tab here, and some of it was just us. So it just depends on how you do it. But again, there's your tab. And then here's the actual thing. In fact, we can probably line them up if we... So it ends up at the little 12 there, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It is the exact same thing. It's just in a slightly different format, but it's there. Like, if you know where to look for things, it is there. It's the exact same thing. But yeah. In fact, I can probably even, like, if I do on dock, I can probably match them up like 100% so they look alike. And you can see that it's actually not as scary as you think it is to chart pro. Granted, it's because you already know how to tab things. If you are completely new to like tabbing and whatnot and figuring out notes, that sort of thing, yeah, it's gonna suck. I'm not gonna deny that. But you know, if you know how to tab already, You're good. There it is. More or less. I think this should be here. But that's it for this one. Next time we will go over reductions and then finalizing and going over to GitHub to submit over to RB3+. But